Alright, so today I want to take a look at some brand new ball python hatchlings that right now they're still in my incubator. As a matter of fact, about 2 days ago we cut these eggs open and kind of peeked inside to see what we got. Looks like we got some pretty awesome snakes. As a matter of fact, this was actually a combination of my bamboo calico crossed with my lemon blast, which is a pastel pinstripe. And sometimes just kind of peeking in the eggs, and sometimes it's really difficult to try to figure out the genes in there just by kind of peeking in. And hopefully we'll be able to figure it out a lot more easier today. Hopefully all these snakes are completely out of the eggs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look at them in a little bit more detail, and then we'll give each one a name, assuming they're out of the egg, and then we'll set them up in the hatchling rack. Alright, so this is it, the most exciting time of the year when we see the fruits of our labor. Let's see how many snakes are actually out of the egg in this clutch. We had some pretty good results on this one, a whole variety. Take a look at that. Wow, we got a whole bunch of crazy snakes. Take a look at all of those. That is quite the variety. That is something else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull out some of these empty eggshells, and look at how kind of flexible these eggshells are for ball pythons. It's almost like a leathery shell. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna grab some paper towels over here, because this is gonna get really goopy here. get kind of crazy with the goopy snakes. And it looks like there's a couple still kind of, sort of, in the egg. 2 of them. Looks like 2 of them are still in the eggs. Looks like we got a couple bamboos. As a matter of fact, I was actually looking kind of back at my older video, and I thought for sure this one was a bamboo when it first came out, and I don't think this is a bamboo. This kind of, well, I don't know, it kind of tricks you because the sides are so light. Take a look at that. It almost looks like, I think this is just a pastel calico on this one. I thought it was a bamboo for sure. So we have, let's see, we actually have 2 bamboos. Take a look at how big this bamboo is. That is a really big hatchling. That is really awesome. So this one could be, so it could actually be a pastel bamboo on this one. And let's just kind of take a look at all these all together. Take a look at this. Oh man, that is a whole bunch of snakes. Look at all those snakes. That is a whole slug load of eggs. Look at that. That is pretty amazing. Quite the variety of all those hatchlings. That is pretty amazing. We got such a variety in there. Didn't really get a whole lot of normals this time, which I usually, the normals kind of plague me. So now I'm going to do, I usually start with the simplest ones possible, like the simplest, the cheapest ones, and then we'll kind of move up as far as getting more and more advanced as we go. So probably the simplest one, the cheapest one we have in here out of all these, take a look at this one right here. This one is, looks like this is a normal, just a regular, normal, classic wild type ball python. So as a matter of fact, the parent on this, the male, is 50% het desert ghost, since it actually came from a female that we proved out this year for the first time, 100% het desert ghost. So we're kind of tracking the het desert ghost back. This one has a little vermiculite right on the head. So I'm thinking this one is possible het desert ghost. All these are possible based on kind of the pairing and the new recessive gene that we discovered this year. So I'm just going to start with this one. This is an easy one. This is definitely just a normal. There's no pinstripe, no pastel, no calico, and no bamboo in this one. So I'm going to pick a name out of the jar for this one. And we'll see if we can get a name for this beautiful normal ball python. So this one, let's see, the new name for this one, take a look at this. This name is Fettuccine. All right. Alright, so I printed out a label for this guy. I use my label maker and I label all my snakes. This is Fettuccine C04 for the 4th clutch of 2020. Normal, possible, het, desert ghost. And usually what I do is I put these on like a magnetic tape, like a 1/2-inch magnetic tape, and I put them right on the rack. But before I actually figure out the males and the females, I usually don't cut the magnetic tape, and I just have kind of like a disposable name. And then after I figure out the males and females, usually I wait until maybe about a month later so they have quite a few meals into them, and then I'll go back through and probe them to make sure they're males and females. And then I'll update this kind of like a permanent one, and then I'll put it on the magnetic tape. And this is kind of the setup I have. So I put them in an ARS 1039 rack. This is kind of the rack setup here with a little bit of I use a Pro Coco coconut husk that I expand with water. It has a little bit of humidity in it, and then I use these little disposable deli cups that I get from ARS, and then just put them right in here. Really good looking, normal. And I was actually kind of curious about the belly on this one. Looks like a pretty normal belly. Nothing really spectacular. Sometimes if you see like tracks right by the tail, by the vent, you can tell it's het pied. Sometimes with, you know, certain jeans, you can see really busy patterns. Sometimes with the yellow bellies, you can kind of see checkering on either side of the belly, even though they look normal. I say this doesn't really look like it has any hets or anything for, you know, looking at the belly, just pretty much just normal. All right, let's see what else we have in the box of goodies here. This is like Christmas, all these snakes. As a matter of fact, I think one of them came out of the eggshell. I had two of them in the egg, and it looks like one of them just came out, kind of messing around with them. And usually what I do is I don't pull them out of the egg at all. If, like for example, this one here, I definitely keep this one in until it comes out on its own. So I'll put that one back in the incubator if it's still in there by the time we finish. So let's take a look at what we have here. Look at all these crazy snakes. The hard part is trying to figure out exactly what we have here. This is one big tangled mess. So I'm thinking these two are lemon blast. This one, take a look at this one. This is pretty interesting. This one actually looks like a pinstripe calico. Take a look at that. I've never really seen a pinstripe with kind of that crazy side pattern. I don't think I've ever seen a pinstripe calico. That is pretty awesome. That is a really cool. Look at how bright gold it is, and they can definitely see from the calico it's bringing up, kind of like wiping out the sides and the little pinstripes on that one. I'm 99% sure this is a pinstripe calico, the first one I've ever produced ever. That is pretty amazing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this one up. This is a really beautiful snake. Look at how bright gold that top is. Super bright gold pinstripe. That is pretty awesome. So I'm going to actually give this guy a name. We'll close these guys up. We'll give this one a name. Pull a name out of the jar here. Here's a good name for this guy. This guy's new name is Cookie. All right. All right, let's see if we can find another one in here. I have to admit, this is pretty awesome, digging through brand new hatchlings. My favorite part of the whole year. So this is kind of interesting. Take a look at these two. These two right here, I think they're pretty much, looks like they're pretty much the same. Let's try to look at the difference between these two. One has kind of a busier pattern. One kind of has a cleaner pattern on the side. I'm pretty sure, I can't really tell on this side. I'm pretty sure these are both just lemon blasts. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see the calico in the lemon blasts. And I'm not exactly sure if there's calico in one or the other. I'd say if there's maybe calico in this one, maybe because it has the clear sides. Sometimes calico will clear out the sides, maybe like a low expression calico, but sometimes the lemon blast can be really variable. Sometimes you can get some really busy stuff as far as the kind of the lemon blast. I'm thinking, well, maybe, you know, then I kind of second guess these. I'm thinking maybe they're both just lemon blasts. Of course, you know, I kind of look back at some of my older videos, and even a day later I look back and I'm like, yep, that is wrong. That is the wrong identification. Sometimes it takes me a while to think about it. I'm thinking both of these, I'm just gonna put them both as lemon blast. This one's a little bit cleaner. This one I'm thinking may have some calico just because of how clean the sides are, which can be kind of tricky on this calico. So I'm just going to label them both as lemon blasts. As a matter of fact, when I was actually looking in the egg, I thought maybe it was calico. Sometimes it can kind of tricky because a lot of times it'll have like this pink on the side that can kind of trick you, and usually the older they get, they usually lose all that pink color on the side. As a matter of fact, I actually brought this to a reptile show, some of these lemon blasts, and people were like, oh, I love the kind of the orange color on the side of the snake. I was like, yeah, they're gonna lose all that orange color. They were kind of disappointed that the snake was gonna lose pretty much all the orange color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna label this one as a lemon blast, and we'll pick a name out of the hat for this one. Let's see if we can get a good name for this guy. This guy's new name, I am all full of vermiculite here. This guy's new name is Pasta. Alright, so I'm going to jump in here and take a look at this other lemon blast. Let's take a look at this. This is, as a matter of fact, look at these guys. These are some awesome looking snakes. Still have a lot of really cool snakes in here. It's pretty exciting when you hit some really good odds in some of your clutches. As a matter of fact, I actually had one where I bred a bamboo to I had 10 eggs. I got one bamboo and a handful of normals. That was pretty disappointing. Sometimes the odds can really play tricks on your results. So take a look at this. This is a pastel pinstripe. I was thinking maybe it had calico, but I would think maybe the calico would really reduce the pattern even more on the sides. I'm thinking it's not calico, especially if you actually look at the stripes that come all the way down. I would think the calico would kind of fade the bottom of the stripes on the bottom. Usually you get quite a bit of fading along the bottom. So I'm thinking this is just a lemon blast. Possible het desert ghost, no calico, definitely no bamboo, because the bamboo would definitely kind of change it into that bamboo color. So let's see if we can get a name for this guy. And we'll pull one out of the mason jar here. I actually got all these names in the comments section under my videos. This is a cute name. Take a look at this one. This one's name is Coco. Alright, so let's see what else we have in this little box of goodies here. Take a look at this. So the next one I'm going to look at is this one. As a matter of fact, I haven't really produced any calicos this year. And this is what calico can do to a pastel. I'm pretty sure this is a pastel calico. Take a look at that crazy snake. That is pretty awesome. That is a crazy looking snake. I absolutely love the calicos. As a matter of fact, take a look at this. It almost, I don't know if this is dirty on here. It looks like there's some paradoxing right here, which is kind of like this black, which is in the pattern of the snake. As a matter of fact, I have some right here. This is the first paradox. Take a look at that I've ever produced. That is pretty awesome. I've never actually produced kind of a little black random spots on a snake before. And I've actually heard there's kind of some rumors a long time ago that there was a gene, a recessive gene called the atomic gene, that was thought to be a recessive paradoxing. And you get two copies of the atomic gene, and you get these little black random spots all over the snake. I don't know what happened to the atomic. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen any over on Morphmarket, just kind of rumors that there could be a genetic kind of a paradoxing. I've actually seen paradoxing. Usually it happens on albinos. It's pretty common on albinos. Not really that common like on calico or pastel, which is kind of interesting. We're actually getting it on this snake. That is pretty awesome. And ooh, this guy just went to the bathroom. All over. Oh, what kind of timing is that? Peed all over the place. Oh my goodness, crazy snake. And look at the belly on this one, pretty clear belly. Usually the pastels have a really clear belly no matter what you mix in with the pastel. So I'm gonna pull another name out of the hat. We'll see if we can find a really cool name for this guy. Here's a good name. This one, is that the right name? Yeah, that you guys picked some really cute names. This one's named Bunny. All right, so we're down to the good stuff at the end. I always like to leave the best for the last. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at this bamboo. I've been wanting a bamboo for so long out of these, and I haven't gotten many bamboos. Matter of fact, it should have been 50% bamboos. And this one, I'd say, it's kind of hard to tell with the bamboos if you have pastel in the mix. Sometimes you really can't tell the pastel until it ages and matures a little bit, and then it really starts yellowing up as it gets a little bit older. But I'd say usually, I don't know, sometimes you can tell maybe you have a slightly faded out head with the pastels, and usually with the bamboos you can't tell by the green eyes. They have such dark eyes, and you actually add the green eyes from the pastel and you really can't see them in there as far as I've seen. But this one you can definitely tell it kind of has the little hearts on the sides, and that is pretty much typical of just a straight bamboo, although it looks like a little bit wiped out maybe on the sides over here. I don't think it's calico. I just think it's kind of a wiped out pattern on the side of a bamboo. I'm going to call this one just a regular bamboo possible pastel on this one. So let's take a look at the name, see if we can get a name on this guy. Pull a name out of the jar, getting some really cute names from the comments section. That is pretty awesome. Let's see, here is the new name for this one. This guy's name is Macaroni. All right, so here is the last one, saving the best for last. And this one's kind of an interesting combination. Take a look at this. This is, look at that crazy looking bamboo. I can't say I've ever produced anything quite like that. Take a look at that thing. Look at the spots on the side, and look at the crazy pattern right on the top. You know what I think this is? I actually think this is a pastel pinstripe bamboo calico. I think this is all the genes in one snake. This is actually the one, this is probably the only one that I'll hold back with all the genes. This would be a really powerful breeder. And if you actually breed this to something else, let me tell you, if you take like a 4-gene combo like this and you breed it to another 4-gene combo, you can get an insane amount of combinations. As a matter of fact, you'll probably spend most of your time trying to figure out what you got breeding 2 4-gene combos together. And that is really how you improve your collection. You keep holding back the multi-gene stuff and kind of unload the single and double gene. That is a crazy looking snake. Look at the sides on that snake. That is really fantastic. I have never seen a bamboo look anything quite like this. And I actually have a bamboo that's a lemon blast bamboo, and it almost has hieroglyphics on the top. This one you can almost see some kind of like hieroglyphics almost on the top. Not quite as crazy as, I have one called Queen Tut, we named her, and it has really crazy like deer and birds and all kinds of stuff. This one's pretty close, but you can definitely tell, I think it's the pastel pinstripe kind of giving you that same kind of effect. As a matter of fact, this one could be without the pastel. Kind of hard to tell. This could just have the pinstripe and the calico, and I'm thinking it probably does have the pastel because just how jumbled up the pattern is. But that is really a crazy looking snake right there. So I'm actually going to get a name for this one. Pull it out of the jar here. That is a crazy looking bamboo. That is really awesome. Let's take a look at this one. This one's new name for this one is Pookie. All right. All right, so I'm going to take a look at this last one. As a matter of fact, that last snake we just looked at, I'm pretty sure that has pastel in it. That's actually, I think it's a bamboo pastel pinstripe calico, and it's possible het desert ghost. Could you imagine if that was actually het desert ghost, working that into my desert ghost project? That would be pretty awesome. So take a look at this one. This is kind of interesting. This looks, I'm pretty sure this one is, it's either a calico or a pastel calico on this one. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm thinking maybe just a calico Could be pastel calico on that. Kind of hard to tell, just kind of peeking in the eggshell, just like that. But what I'm gonna do is I want to put this one up in the incubator, and I'll probably save that for another video. We'll just do one quick video after he comes out. We can take a closer look. It'll be interesting to see if this one has some paradoxing on the side as well, since that other pastel calico was kind of paradoxed. Alright, so there you have it. Those are some pretty awesome results from that clutch. Probably my best results as far as a real variety of combinations and some stuff that I've never seen before, like that pinstripe calico. I'd never seen one of those, and that crazy bamboo combo. I'm pretty sure that's a pastel, pinstripe, calico, bamboo. Hit all 4 genes on that one. Pretty amazing. And I actually checked in my incubator. It looks like I have one more box of eggs that's going to hatch in about 5 weeks. A long time to wait for the next egg cutting. But let me tell you, it's well worth the wait. You know, that's probably the best part of the year, looking at the hatchlings and trying to figure out what you got and getting some really amazing results. So that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.